Good morning, guys. Happy Thursday. This morning, I want to walk you through your food web assignment that I'm going to post on the classroom. Okay, so where you're going to end up putting your food web is on this first slide. I have made it is what I think I've made it bigger so that you can add more organisms. So you can see that it's wider. If you want to change it anymore, you go to File, Page Setup, and you can change the size of the pages. So if you want to make it bigger or anything like that, you can. We're not going to print it out, but if you want to make your space, like you could add space over here. Okay, so what you guys are going to do, and sorry for the noise in the background, my boys are over on the living room floor playing, is you're going to create a food web similar to the example you saw in yesterday's reading. So I got this off of that BioNinja page that you guys read yesterday. So you're going to create a food web. It does not have to go. This one goes horizontal. It can go vertical as well. It's your choice. But you're going to have 25 different organisms represented in your food web. And you're going to have arrows going the correct direction, which the arrows are always going to go in the direction that energy is transferred. So it is going to go in an upward direction. Okay. Then you are going to label, kind of like they did, with colors if they are producers, primary, secondary, tertiary, or a level 4, consumer. And remember that if they are two different, like sometimes something can be a primary and a secondary consumer, like the turtle, you always put them in the line of the highest trophic level that they feed at. Okay, so your instructions are here. I thought you could work individually in teams of 2. 3 is pushing it. It's kind of a lot of people to work on it. But if I thought maybe you'd work in the teams that you're doing your scavenger hunt with. And if you were a team of 4, then I would break it down and work in pairs. I think it'd be a little too much for 4 people to try to work on that one slide all at once. If you're a group of 3, that's hard to separate. I'm not opposed to you working in 3. But if your scavenger hunt team is the team you want to work with and they're a group of 4, why don't you divide 2 and 2? You can work with any of the students in any of my classes. Again, we're doing social distancing guidelines, so you should not do this in person. You're going to your objective is to create a food web that has 25 organisms that are present in your Washington ecosystem. So if you look at the example on slide 3, that's what we're going for. This website, which is that BioNinja website, is helpful. All of your arrows should be pointed in the correct direction, which is from producers up, because energy always starts with producers because they're the ones that can capture it from the sun and moves up in an ecosystem. You should label your organisms as producer, consumer, primary, or secondary, just like I said, and you should have multiple organisms represented in each trophic level. The due date is next Wednesday at 9 a.m., so you have work days of Thursday, which is today, Monday, and Tuesday of next week to work on this. And you should start by going to slides 4 through 7 and filling out the cards. So I've done these cards to be helpful for you. So what you would do is you would take a picture of your organism, you'd place it here, you find out the organism's name, so it won't just be squirrel, but it'd be something like gray squirrel or red squirrel. You would find out what research what its energy sources are and what it's eaten by, and then you would delete all of these that do not apply. So for a squirrel, I would delete everything but primary consumer. Okay, so this is kind of like your research. And if I've done this right, there are 25 cards. So if you're working with a team, what you would do is a team of 2. Each person would do basically 2 of the slides because there's 4 slides total. And what I would start with is the organisms you did in your biodiversity card. So whatever organism you did, pop it on here and then add whatever it's eaten by on here as well, and add what its predators are. And you're getting a food chain from these organisms that then you can link into a food web. You do not have to do the organism in your biodiversity card, but if you do that, I think it's got some of the work done for you. Let's see. Try to do organisms that are native to Illinois. So when you're doing your searches, type in the word native to Illinois. Like I saw flying squirrels as a predator on for like a stick bug. And although it might be a predator in some areas, it's not a predator in our area. A really cool thing that you could do is if you look out your window and you're like, well, I want to do that organism. I don't know what that organism is. There is this app. So you'd have to download the app on your phone. It's free. It's called iNaturalist. It's really cool. I think I mentioned it before. Its app symbol is this little green bird, but you can literally go outside, and I wasn't sure what the tree was in my front yard. So I was able to go outside, take a picture of it, and up pops an identification for what tree that was. So if you're trying to figure out some of your producers, or like maybe there's some birds in your backyard and you're not sure exactly what they are, you can go outside, take a picture of it, and it will give you the species name of that organism. So that's just a tip. Another good website is the Illinois Department of Natural Resources. That's a good website, but I just did a quick search with native organisms to Illinois. It was pretty easy for me to find the organisms in Illinois. It'd be really cool if you could take your own pictures. So those of you who like getting outside and taking pictures, I will give extra credit if the entire food web is done with pictures that you took, or as many as possible. So for example, if you're going to put a fox or something in this food web, that might be really challenging because they are nocturnal and it's really difficult to find them. Okay, so that is your backyard food web assignment. Email me if you have any questions, and good luck.